Hello, welcome to my channel, Learn English in an Easy Way. Let's start with the news stories. Nottingham. Nottingham is a busy industrial, commercial and university town with almost 300,000 inhabitants. Close to the center of one of Britain's richest coalfields, it is important in Midlands for its many kinds of industry. Nottingham is an industrial city, but it is not at all ugly or dirty. Nottingham lies on the side of a hill near the River Trent, only a short distance away from Sherwood Forest, the famous home of Robin Hood. The city's castle is also quite famous, and Nottingham has 3 theatres, several cinemas, a very large university, and various museums and galleries to look after the cultural needs of the town. Nottingham also enjoys some of the best sport in the country, with 2 professional football clubs, a first-class cricket ground, Trent Bridge, and the National Water Sports Centre in its large country park. Bangor. Centered round its university on the hill and its cathedral below, Bangor is one of the most attractive towns in North Wales. It is a small town with a population of only 13,000 and with little or no heavy industry. Therefore, it is still clean and quiet. Bangor is an important cultural center. There is a theater and a cinema, and visitors shouldn't miss the Museum of Welsh Antiquities or Bangor's famous public garden, Garth Escop. A little further away, there is Penrhyn Castle with its railway museum for sports enthusiasts. Bangor has an 18-hole golf course and a large modern swimming pool. A language teacher's personal opinion. Why is English such an important language today? There are several reasons. Many newspapers send their reports to other newspapers in different countries in English, not in Spanish or Italian. English is also the language of the business world. For example, when a Mexican businessman buys something from a Chinese businessman, he usually speaks English. At airports, you can always hear English, and at the cinema, you can watch a film in English. Today, a lot of people want to learn this language. They go to language schools in England or take English courses in their own countries. Every day, I see advertisements in the newspapers and on buses. They are about language courses. Sometimes they also advertise language cassettes in English. They say you can learn a second language very fast and easily. They often say you can read plays by Shakespeare or books by Charles Dickens after you listen to the cassettes or after you go to the classes for 3 months. These advertisements are awful. I am an English teacher and I know that it is difficult to learn a new language. But a lot of people think these advertisements are true. They want to go to these short courses or buy those expensive cassettes. I don't understand them. How can someone learn a new language in 3 months? Are super teachers teaching their classes? I really don't know. I don't think people can learn English from cassettes. When we speak a language, we don't repeat sentences only. We use the language every day and everywhere. For example, we talk to our friends, our neighbors, or to a waiter in a restaurant. You cannot speak to a cassette. You can only repeat the questions and answers. We must talk to people and listen to them when we learn a new language. And this takes a long time, not only 3 months. The worlds of Walt Disney. Disneyland and Disney World are the 2 most famous entertainment parks in the world. Disneyland is in California and Disney World is in Florida, USA. These were built by Walt Disney. Walt Disney started to make cartoon films in 1923 with his brother Roy. First, he made Alice in Wonderland and then, in 1928, Mickey Mouse was created. He was very interested in technology, so all his work was technically excellent and very enjoyable. He believed in providing good, clean entertainment and fun for all the family. He wanted a world which would give him a lot of fun when he was a boy, and so he built it for others to enjoy in Disneyland, which was opened in Anaheim, California in 1955. It has 4 parts: Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, and Tomorrowland. In 1960, Walt Disney bought a big piece of land near Florida and started to build his second great entertainment park. This was called Disney World. It was finished in 1971 and cost $400 million. This place is a little different from Disneyland. It has got hotels and shopping centers as well as entertainment places. So people can eat, sleep, and enjoy doing things in the same place. A few years ago, 2 other small cities were planned near Disney World. One of them is called Lake Buena Vista. This has been completed and people have started to move in. They are still building the second city, so people will not move in until 1995. Walt Disney died of cancer in 1966, but people still remember him when they visit his parks today. A reply letter. John Bear is starting his university education in London, so he needs accommodation. He has written a letter to an agency, and the following is the answer to his letter. Dear Mr. Bear, thank you for your letter of 17th October. You asked about good families for students to stay with in London. Here are 3 suggestions. First, Mr. and Mrs. Cranley, Garden Street, London, NW1. A large family with a large house. It can take up to 4 students. Everybody is part of the family. Good food, good location, near an underground station. Very central and easy to get to anywhere in London. Second, Mrs. Ashley, 3 Newton Avenue, Uxbridge. Mrs. Ashley is an old lady. There are 5 bedrooms for students. Everyone has his, her, own room and each bedroom has a wash basin and shower. Another house on the same street has two more single bedrooms, but students eat with Mrs. Ashley. Third, Professor and Mrs. James Earl Jones, Wimbledon. A famous family, Mr. Jones is a well-known professor and his wife sings opera. The house is lovely, with a very large garden. There are two bedrooms for students with two beds in each. Everyone who has stayed there says that the food is excellent. Each of these places is very clean and friendly. Some students don't like Wimbledon because it's quite far from central London. Others love it. Some like staying with the Cranleys because they have 5 children and 3 dogs, but others don't like it because it is too noisy. Everyone likes Mrs. Ashley, so it is very difficult to get in. You must look at least 6 months in advance. I hope these suggestions are helpful. Yours sincerely, Family Friends Agency. If you enjoyed the video, please hit a like and subscribe to my channel. Have a good one and see you in the next video.